2012, teaching English, and back to the United States in New York, and that's where I've been since then. Of course, I flew into Kuala Lumpur. It was January 2012, and my first thoughts were that it was extremely hot, um, and we saw a lot of oil palm trees. Uh, for context, or to compare, it's about maybe 19 degrees where I am right now, so very cold by comparison. So it's very hot, and then um, everything looked very different. Let's see, but the food, yeah, yeah, I loved it. A few of my favorites, well, roti canai. We don't really have roti canai in the United States, so that was new for me. Um, what else did I like while I was there? Char kway teow. Char kway teow. We also have in the United States, but I never tasted it before. But that one I can taste now. And of course, nasi lemak. I can still get that sometimes in New York City. Yes, I arrived and it was morning assembly, and they asked me to give a short speech. I said that I was happy to be there, and then received a tour of the school. I remember I saw a music performance, and what else? A lot of food. They had prepared, great food to welcome me. And then I started teaching. I taught, one or two English classes per year. Uh, it was very different from student to student. Some students all students were, very nice to me and excited to meet someone from another place. But some students had incredible English speaking ability, and I was very impressed, how easily they could speak to me. And then others were just not as comfortable speaking English, and so it was harder to communicate. But everybody was very excited, and everyone wanted to take selfies, and everybody friended me on Facebook. Do you all still use Facebook? Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, lots of games and activities. One thing that I noticed was students were a lot better at English if there was something in English that they wanted to watch or listen to or read. I noticed all of the best English speakers really liked, English television or American music or something. So I would have lessons where I would play them videos like that, or use television from the United States or music from the United States to get them more interested and make the lesson more interesting. Yes, I tried to teach them English, but we spent as much time teaching me Malay, which I learned a little bit. How about yourself? How you speak excellent English? How did you learn? Okay, sure, sure. But did you learn in school or did you study abroad? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying I spent my first month in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur, and it was much easier to communicate with people there because most people in Kuala Lumpur, or a lot of people in Kuala Lumpur, speak pretty good English. But then when I moved to Terengganu, it became harder because fewer people speak. Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm at my father's house, which is in a place called Flat Rock, North Carolina. But it's on the East Coast, um, and sort of in the South. Okay. Yes, of course. Where we are right now, we are in the mountains. So there's big hills and mountains and lots of trees and interesting animals. Uh, you you all know bears? Yeah, we have bears here, and foxes, and you know, are foxes in Malaysia? Yes. Oh, okay. Yes, you're right. We have orange foxes here. Uh, so there's that, and it's a very small town, kind of like where I was in Surrey. Um, Only a few thousand people in town here. So um, yeah, uh, they won't harm you, but maybe your property. One thing, my dad has bird feeders where birds come to eat on his deck, and the bear has been known to come and eat the bird feeder and tear it down and take it off into the woods with him. So that happens sometimes, but mostly the bears are very shy. Uh, yeah, the foxes. Yeah, the foxes are all very shy. That's one Malaysian word I remember. Is malu is shy, right? Yeah, yeah. The animals all malu. We did, but less so now because lots of people in America now have the shots, the vaccine. Yeah. So, for example, I'm vaccinated. My dad is vaccinated. So we're now more free to go out. But from maybe March 2020 until March or April 2021, yes, we had quarantine. Are you still quarantined there? Okay. Yeah, have you been quarantined for a long time? Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Are are people there getting the vaccine? Mhm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. That makes sense. So it is available, but people are just concerned about getting it. I think most people want it. I think, like in Malaysia, there's some people who are uncertain and maybe worried about its effects. Um, yeah, my dad showed me about half the population is vaccinated now, and it varies from place to place. So some places, a lot of people are vaccinated, and other places it's less common. But for example, the neighborhood that I live in, we just saw the statistics, and something like 80% of the people are vaccinated there. Or I work as a computer engineer. Yes. Oh yeah. No, it wasn't for a career program. A lot of American students, especially right after college, will go abroad and often and then teach English somewhere. So my sister taught English in Uganda at college, and I had other friends who taught English in South America and Brazil, or in one who taught English in Uzbekistan. So it's very common for Americans to do that somewhere and apply to a program where you could teach English in many different countries. And so I had my choice, but I thought Malaysia sounded like a very interesting place to live, very different from the United States. So that's why I chose it. Uh, Honestly, I didn't know very much about it. Yeah. I mean, I'd heard of the country. I didn't know much about the culture. Yeah. Uh, the experience of living in Permaisuri was very, very so different. We would go out to eat at Warong every night and have dinner there. And uh, what else was interesting? Going to see the Terengganu football team play in Kuala Terengganu. That was very fun. We went to the islands, Perhentians and Marang, and what else? Tioman, and what's the one that we went to? Penang. Penang. Yes. Actually, Penang was one of my favorite places. I remember, I think, maybe Zira, did you teach in Penang? Someone had told me that I needed to get the famous dish in Penang with all the mixed rice and eggs and all of those things. So we tracked, what's that called? Oh, yes. So we tracked that down. It's delicious.
Hi, Jordan.
Yeah.
Finally, I managed to get in.
Oh, hello.
Because of the line.
Oh, no. Well, it's fixed now. How are you?
Great. Gaining weight because of the MCO.
Oh, what is that?
MCO, control order. We cannot simply go out from our house.
Oh, I see. Yes. So you are stuck at home and just eating.
Yeah.
Okay. That's familiar. I think a lot of Americans also gained weight on quarantine. Yeah. Yeah.
Faiz, I think the students have question for Mr. Jordan. It's in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. It's in the chat. Yeah.
Here, I'll also say before we start the questions, I also have in attendance my dad, who's over here. Hello.
Oh.
And my wife
Hi.
over here. Hello. So my
Hi,
dad,
Jessica.
Bruce, and my wife, Jessica. Jessica, well, they both visited Malaysia before, so you can also ask them questions. They're available.
When are you coming to Kelantan? When are you coming to Kelantan again?
Okay, well, we're having a baby in August, so maybe
Jordan, hopefully it's on
we'll have to bring them.
26.
What's that?
Hopefully it's on 26. So we are going to have same birthday.
Oh, it's close. The due date is August 28th. I didn't realize you were August 26th. Very close. But yeah. So after he's born. Yeah.
Any question for Mr. Jordan? Do you want to know what's the time now in US?
It's late. We're very tired. It's 12:30
He's willing to
a.m.
stay back for us. He's willing to stay back for all of us today.
Here's a good one. What's our favorite team in the Euro?
Denmark.
My dad said he's cheering for
team?
Denmark. I'm cheering for England.
Denmark.
Yeah. Who you got?
Denmark.
Jessica's cheering for Spain. What about you? What is the favorite team among the students?
I'm choosing England.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Or German. We have German.
Germany,
We have
Denmark.
Denmark.
Okay, another Denmark.
Good.
No, you chose Malaysia or Spain.
Calante. We can show the dog. This is my pet here. This is Trapper. Oh, I don't have TikTok. I'm too old. How old are these students? Are they mostly? 19. Okay. Uh, my pet's name is Trapper. Trapper. Yeah. Trapper.
What's the weather?
And the weather is, it's, like I said, about 19, I think. And had rain in the morning, and then it was a beautiful day after that. And right here, it's, yeah, the time zone. One question is, what's the time zone? It's EST, 30 a.m. here.
Where we live, we get snow.
12:30 a.m.
Yes, it's so there's a question, are people in the United States going out without masks? Definitely. Even us, we were very cautious and concerned about COVID, but now that we're vaccinated, we go out to eat. Tonight we had dinner in a restaurant without masks on, for example. Yes, if you are vaccinated, most places will allow you outside without a mask. Usually they'll just trust you to go out. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Steep. Yes. We, it was like in the United States, in some places, for fines for not wearing masks. But vaccinated, it's not so common. We did have to wait. Americans started getting vaccinated in January, and then by maybe April or May, anybody who wanted the vaccine could receive the vaccine. It was that common, and now you can get it, but people are just either they don't want it or they aren't making the effort to get the vaccine, things like this. I see people are asking, is Las Vegas good for students? I don't think so. That's not the first place I suggest to visit. Let's see. Are we ready for summer? Yeah. So full on summer here. It's gotten hot and humid. During the day, the climate is more like Malaysia. Yeah. We don't have to register for the vaccine. There was a question about that. You just go to the store and get it. Got it. Oh, yes, but there's someone saying they have a friend in Los Angeles who's on summer break now. But yes, it is. If you're in school, now is the time that you're on summer break. Like you all, I think, have a break in maybe November and December. That's happening now in the United States. I'm working, we call it working remotely. So I work from home, but it's like that, it's a permanent situation for me. I won't go back to the office. Yeah. And that was a change that a lot of companies made during COVID is they allowed their employees to work from home forever going forward. Yeah. What about, I'm sorry? Yeah. Well, I'm curious while we wait for more questions. So what part of, you're in Kelantan? Yes. Got it. Okay.
Jordan, you have been to Kelantan before. You went
Yes.
to my house, right? So it's in Kelantan.
Is it in Pasir Putih?
Now I'm teaching in Kelantan.
In Pasir Putih?
Yes, now I'm teaching in Pasir Putih. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, guys, it's really 12:31. No worries, we'll invite Sir Jordan again.
Yes, this was very fun. Thanks for
Jordan, would you
having
like to
me.
join us again next time?
Of course, anytime.
Okay. So next time will be you and also Jessica.
Jessica, yes. Did you
Yes,
say?
you and Jessica. Hi.
All right. Well, thank you all
Thank
for
you
having
for
me.
joining us.
And
Maybe not.
okay. Hey,
But
Shafat.
I want to say thank you for Mr. Jordan and Mr. Jordan
Okay.
Yeah,
because
it was very fun. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for listening. All right. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Love you, SA.
Can I leave? Okay, don't forget your preparation for the presentation. I'll try to invite Mr. Jordan again. Okay? Maybe he would love to hear your presentation about Malaysia. Kan, dia setahun je kat sini tak puas pusing.
Okay.
Okay, thank you Faiz. Thank you everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, teacher.
Assalamualaikum.